Based on the exams that have happened so far, let's do a quick understanding of what are the important topics that you must and must know for your upcoming examination. So let's understand this unit by unit. We'll first talk about higher education. This is one of the most important topics and the units that you have to cover. Now, questions were related to Nalanda University, questions were related to Takshila University. What kind of questions were there? Now, questions basically talked about which of the foreign travelers visited in which year, who were the foreign travelers who visited the university. So we have covered one of the lectures on ancient universities in India. That becomes important. Now, another important thing is why this was asked, because under the National Education Policy 2020, we have talked about the model being based on the Nalanda and Takshila. So these two universities come into focus. Similarly, there was question on MHRD being renamed as Ministry of Education. That means all events that are happening with higher education become very, very important for your upcoming examination. So far, we have not seen lots of questions on commissions this time. So the various commissions on higher education have not been part of question paper, but that does not mean that they cannot be part of your question paper further. So that is an important element that is usually asked every time, but this time there was main focus on the contemporary happenings, like questions related to RUSA, Rashtriya Uchchatar Shiksha Abhiyan, questions related to Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, questions related to midday meals. So these kind of questions become important for your upcoming examination from your section on education. Coming on to the next important section is environment. Now, under environment, you need to know the various agreements and treaties that have happened so far. So Kyoto Protocol, then you have the Paris Agreement, all of those are important. We have covered one of the lectures where we have talked about 33 important environmental conventions, and that is a quick summary of all these topics that are important for your examination. Also, this time from environment, there were questions which were related to days and their celebration, like ozone day, forest day, water day, on what days they are celebrated. So that kind of question should be kept in mind. Again, there were questions related to conferences or seminars that were held related to environment. So any bill that has been passed or any government updates that we have covered in our classes on higher education and in our classes on environment become important. Similarly, you need to know the notifications being released by the NGT, the National Green Tribunal. That is again very, very important for your section on environment. Coming on to research aptitude, one of the sections that has gained importance this time significantly. Now, research aptitude, you need to cover the following topics that I'm mentioning. So first is hypothesis, the types of hypothesis. Direct question based on the type 1, type 2 error were usually asked. The second is sampling and its type, that include the probability and the non-probability sampling. You also need to know the questions that are asked based on applicative understanding. For there would be a case study that would be given, and you would be asked whether it's an example of applied research or an action research or an ex post facto research. So questions like that are usually asked. So types of research, again a very, very important topic. Again, less heard of but very important these days is research ethics. So research ethics, we have seen significant improvement or significant increase, I would say, in the number of questions that are being asked. So research ethics should not be missed. Coming on to logic. Now here we have a quick capsule for you. So first is square of opposition. Significantly, one question is asked, and I always recommend a student that we have covered it through one diagram, and that's sufficient for you to score 100% for your square of opposition problem. Similarly, syllogism is another section where you always have one question. Now, syllogism has been solved through various ways, but there is a standard technique of 3 Venn diagram that we usually recommend, and that's the only authentic way of solving all syllogism problem. So don't go by any other cases where syllogism is being discussed by cases of ring within rings or something like that. So that is basically not a correct way of solving syllogism. In many of the questions you might get right answer, but in certain questions you would fail to get the right answer there. So syllogism was asked. Again, from square of opposition, there were questions related to moods, figure, cute names. So cute names are also important. Then minor premise, major premise, and conclusion. So if you have AII, which is the minor premise, which is the major premise, and what is a conclusion. So you have A E, I and O. So that is again important under the square of opposition, a very basic thing that you need to understand there. Again, from logic, Indian logic over the years has gained significant importance. You have at least 2 to 3 questions from Indian logic. These could be based on the Praman, these could be on Anuman, Upaman. Then you could have questions related to Hetvabhas from Indian philosophy or fallacies from Western philosophy. Now, modern concepts that are being asked are trying to relate the Hetvabhas to the Western philosophical constructs. So, which Hetvabhas is equivalent to which Western fallacy? So, that is how the questions are being asked. So, examples are being sought from Indian logic, and then they are asked for Western fallacies, or vice versa. You have examples coming from Western fallacies that are there, and the appropriate Indian Hetvabhas is being asked from those questions. So those become important. Again, what you need to understand is the next important section is computers. Now, under computers, every time you have one full form, one acronym that is asked, it could be GUI, it could be RAM, ROM, or anything, but one acronym is usually asked. So, acronyms must be covered carefully. Then the second important is memory, the size of the memory, the speed. Then you have questions related to internet speed that is commonly asked. Also, with the recent changing paradigm, you have lots and lots of questions related to digital India. So, digital commerce, so e-commerce are the kind of questions. Then you have various portals that are given and respective matches that you have to do, whether it is a kind of e-commerce portal, or it is a job portal, or it is a kind of career portal. So, those are the kind of questions that are asked based on the digital India. So, you need to know the common names. Similarly, last year there were lots of questions related to chats and browsers. So, which of the following is not an internet browser? Which of the following is not a chat app? So, we have covered the list of internet browsers, chat apps in a separate lecture. So, just go by that. Also, if you need to find out which section you are weak in. So, you can simply go on to the playlist section, and in the playlist section, what we have done is we have covered the playlist unit wise. So, rather than going through all the videos of paper 1, what you can do for your last moment revision is find out the area in which you are weak and cover all the videos of that specific unit, and that would help you get into a better momentum. The next is from teaching aptitude. Teaching aptitude, most of the questions are conventional and very, very direct. So you need to know student-teacher relationship, then you have learner characteristics, teacher characteristics. So those are the kind of general questions that are asked. Teaching aptitude is not that difficult for any point of time. Most of the questions are very, very direct, and if you consider yourself as a teacher and try to solve it, you would be able to better attempt the question. So teaching aptitude is something you can practice around last 2 to 3 years papers, and that should suffice for your teaching aptitude. The next is communication. Again, a very predictable section. Under communication, you have questions related to horizontal communication, vertical communication, dyadic communication. So the types of communication, inter and intra communication, which of the following is part of intrapersonal communication, for example, transcendental. So those are the kind of questions that come from communication. Verbal, non-verbal. So again, a very, very direct and very, very simple and scoring topic rather. Coming on to quantitative, where a lot of students are afraid of. However, those from science background, specifically appearing for electronic science, computer science, do not find this section difficult. But yes, students from humanities and social sciences background find this topic challenging. So we have certain quick important topics that you must cover. First is age-related problems. So if you were so many years, 10 years down the lane, after 20 years, your age is this, how do you calculate your present age, and questions like those. Then you have questions like 2 pipes are filling a can in so much time, emptying the can in so much time. So problems related to those. Then you have problems related to simple, where you can simply apply the unitary method and solve most of the questions. This time we have seen significant number of questions from compound interest and simple interest nearly in all sets. So simple interest, compound interest must be covered carefully. Similarly, you had lots and lots of questions from profit loss. So again, a very, very important topic. Also questions were there simply from HCF and LCM and word problems of HCF and LCM. So again, again a very important section that you must cover. Besides this, you would have from quantitative reasoning one question related to blood relation or direction. Either of those is usually part of your paper. So solve these questions, or you can just go through the videos to get an idea about how to proceed with these questions. Again, next important topic that you need to understand here is number series and alphabet series. So either a number series question or an alphabet series question is usually part of your quantitative. Besides this, reading comprehension and data interpretation. Now these two topics are very scoring topics. You have around 5 questions from each of the topics, so straightforward you have a set of 10 questions that you can score with. Reading comprehension, over this time we have seen that most of the questions were statement based. This was not the case in the previous editions that we have seen. So statement based questions need to be understood very carefully. You would have a confusion that would be where you would have 3 statements and you would be asked 1 and 2 is correct, 2 and 3 is correct, all the 3 are correct, and questions like those. So be very careful and read the passage with full concentration. The next is from data interpretation. 2 of the questions are usually simple, directly answerable from just visualizing the information that is given. So don't be just afraid of DI section and just leave it because it's not my cup of tea. Don't think that and leave that. DI, you can score 2 questions at least by simply visualizing it, and the remaining 2 questions are moderate, with 1 question with higher difficulty level relatively. And if you have a good practice, it should not be that difficult to solve. So this was a kind of general overview about some of the important topics and the content that you must cover. From the contemporary section, I highly recommend you cover all the current affairs section at Examrace. So go on to Examrace current affairs. On the website you would have the various categories. Cover all the important updates that have been there for environment and education. If you do not have that much of time and you are running short with your exam, you can simply go and watch our expected classes for higher education and environment. So that would give you a quick recap of all the important happenings that have been done so far. Also important, this time there were questions related to matching which of the diseases are borne by viruses, bacteria, protozoa and fungi. So that is again a different type of question that was there. Amount of carbon emissions across globe, how they have been changing, which of the countries are highest emitters, which of the countries are lowest emitters, and then the world rankings on certain parameters. So those are some of the quick and important questions that you must know before you are there for your examination for paper 1. And of course we are there with many more updates. Have a wonderful day ahead.